welcome back to the channel. Carrying on from the last episode. It would have been nice to really have got it started in the last episode, but I just ran out of time. It got so late, and so I decided where I'd got to was enough. As I was quite impatient, I tried to get out here as early as possible. I've gone through the fuel tank. The filters are actually fine. I just wanted to check and see if they were okay. I will cover filters, fuel tank filters at a later date. At the moment it is the anxiousness of trying to see if this will start. I've already put the spark plugs back in the bike. The tank's back on, connected with the vacuum hoses. The fuel taps hoses are connected. I haven't turned the fuel taps on yet. The fuel sender unit is also connected, brown wire at the front, green wire at the back. So we are basically at the stage of going for an initial startup. It will be very quick because I'll turn it off. I want to check the fluids, I need to check the oil, and I need to check the coolant regularly to see how it's dropping as it starts to circulate around the engine. So in a second I'll get set up, open the garage door. Obviously it's going to take a while to start because obviously there was no fuel in anything. It was totally stripped, as you saw. So fingers crossed. Right, before I do that, I just want to mention that obviously a lot of the wiring for like my spotlights and most of the forward I haven't connected. I haven't put fairings back on, I haven't put engine bars back on, belly pan, anything. It's just as naked as possible to actually see if it will start and see if it runs, how it runs, and that I can get to obviously coolant. Obviously I can't get it too hot because I don't want to release that while it's hot. So that will have to be, the coolant will have to be checked if it does get too hot when it's cooled down, because I'm not risking, that's dangerous. And it's similar with the oil as well. I don't really want to release while it's hot. But as I say, I'll do a quick check of the oil and the coolant before I start. Open the garage door, and then we will go for fire up. Right, so I've just got to turn the fuel taps on, let that go through to the pump, and then fingers crossed. Here we go. Well, it started. Bit smoky. Alright, we're just below the high level. Actually, radiator seal's pretty cool. Right, so let's top that up. But then again, obviously everything's been apart apart. I say the blowing on the exhaust I know about, so that will be dealt with. Right, let's fold you up a minute and have a quick look at the oil level. Right, let's go for another one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to sort that exhaust out. And the oil level is just below the top mark. Yeah, radiator's a bit hot at the moment, so, but it starts. The exhaust I knew about, but there doesn't seem to be any leaks. I've still got a bit more to do, but obviously a lot of it is obviously refitting belly pan, engine guards, etc. And obviously I need to do the rear wheel, the real wheel bearings, and then obviously fairing and. But the main thing is it starts, which is absolutely fantastic. It's been quite a journey, this one. And quite a rebuild in, well, as short a time as possible, but no, that's really, really pleasing that it started. I say it sounds rough because obviously the exhaust is blowing, and that's down to the clamp on the other side. So, right, so I've just had a good search around the garage to see if I can actually find a clamp. I've managed to find one. I've just fitted it. I've checked all the fluids again. The oil is staying okay at a good level. I've just rechecked the coolant. I've now gone round and rechecked all the clamps to make sure that everything is tight. So we're going to go for one last fire up. I've also had a play with the idling speed as well because it was running kind of low, kept cutting out. So let's give it one more go. Let me open the garage door first, then we'll give it a fire up. Right, so the garage door is open to give some air in here. Well, that seems to be a lot better. Again, I'll recheck all the coolant levels probably several times before I'm happy. But just a quick one, as I say today, just to get this running. Like I said in the last episode, I actually just ran out of time, it got too late, so I thought I'd leave the suspense for another episode. But happy where we've got to at the moment. Next episode, I'm going to pop the rear wheel out and then we'll do a quick bearing change, and then we'll start putting bodywork back on, and then hopefully I can take it out for a spin. But no, pleased with how everything's gone, pleased with everybody's comments. It's been fantastic, the amount of comments I've had. It has been really, really good. I really, really appreciate it. I've had a lot of people going, oh, I couldn't do that, you know, that's quite a lot of work. I didn't think I could, but I got the manual, I read through. Okay, as I say, there were a few bits I missed out, and I've had people comment on. I did have a couple of comments on, obviously when I put the heads back in, I put the tensioners back in afterwards, and people were saying, you didn't recheck the timing. I did respond back to everybody to basically say, I waited until both were in, everything was set, and then I went back in. I didn't do it on film, unfortunately, I did it off camera, just to check and make sure that everything was fine, and it was, which was really good. But people, that's the basis of this channel, is to, people can do this. You can work on your own bikes. You know, even if it is you buying a little cheap project bike just to practice on. The only way I've learned is by doing. If I'd have put this into a garage to be done, I dread to think how much it would have cost. I mean, I will do, at the end of this, I say we're going to do the rear wheel in the next one, get the bodywork back on. The very last one, I will do a price breakdown of all the parts, where I got them from and how much they cost, so people can get an idea of where to get these parts. But armed with a manual, you can do this. It is possible. As I say, I make mistakes. Sometimes I don't follow everything and I miss bits, but I learn. That's the whole idea of why I started this channel, is to learn. As I've said many times, and there are disclaimers, these are not how-to videos. This is a documentation of my learning experience that I just want to share with people. You know, I can look back on these videos. It's nice to actually look back on some of the unedited bits that I've done, and I can see how things went together, how I took things apart. It helps me in the process of actually putting things back together, because I've documented everything. I always suggest to people that if you're going to do this, either video what you do, and if you want to show it, show it. If not, keep it for yourself, or take photos. I did a lot of photographs when I did the Z650 project. Constant photos of how things were going and what I'd done. So I've got plenty of documentation of what happened. But no, pleased with how far we've got. It's really, it's not far off now. So as I say, next episode we're going to jump onto the rear wheel, quickly do a bearing change. I will speed it up because you've seen me do it before. Put some backing music on so it makes it a bit less painful. And then we'll crack on with reassembly of the bodywork. Again, I'll constantly keep checking the fluids just to make sure everything's okay. But at the moment, it seems to be fine. I will give it a longer run so I can get it up to temperature and make sure the fan kicks in. But say I'll do some of that off camera. Any comments in the comments box below? I really appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. Link in the description to my Facebook page to pop across there if you want to say hi. I've had a few issues with Facebook recently where all my videos disappeared. I don't know whether it was a glitch or not, but they've somehow reappeared, which is good. You know, I hate to lose all the likes and comments and what people have thought of the videos. There are links to other videos top left and top right, normally a best for viewer and a playlist, so go check them out. There's plenty in there. It's growing every episode. and we'll crack on with this in the next episode. So once again, thanks for watching. Join me again next time. Cheers. Bye.